Indiana Fever's guard Kelsey Mitchell opens up about her upcoming free agency, and she said some things that a lot of Indiana Fever fans are not going to like. I don't know what's going on in that organization. I don't know if there's some jealousy between Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark, but she opened up about her upcoming free agency. But before we get off in today's podcast, tell a friend to tell a friend. Well, the Indiana Fever's second half of the season started off last night with a bang as they defeated the Phoenix Mercury. Now they are 3-0 against the Phoenix Mercury in this year's WNBA. Now, Kelsey Mitchell, her free agency is coming up, and she has some interesting words that she said about her free agency. But last night, Kelsey Mitchell, had a spectacular game where she dropped 28 points against the Phoenix Mercury. Now, we all know what Kelsey Mitchell brings to the table, and evidently the Indiana Fever know what she brings to the table as well. But I don't know what's going on in that organization. I don't know if there's any rift between Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark, because Kelsey Mitchell has opened up about her potentially leaving the Indiana Fever in free agency. Now, we know how the season started for the Indiana Fever, where they started 1-8, turned the season around when they went on a 4-game win streak. And all the hoopla has been about Caitlin Clark. And I think Kelsey Mitchell feels like she's being disrespected and she's being slighted because she don't get the attention. Now, back in 2018, the Indiana Fever highly coveted Kelsey Mitchell. She was the second pick in the 2018 NBA draft, which the Indiana Fever held, and they selected Kelsey Mitchell at the number 2 pick. So they know what Kelsey Mitchell brings to the table, but ever since Caitlin Clark was drafted into the WNBA this year as the number 1 pick, all the attention has been swirled around Caitlin Clark. And I think Kelsey Mitchell doesn't get the attention that she's rightfully deserved. Now, we all know Kelsey Mitchell is a stellar guard. Now, she's been in the WNBA since 2018, and she has set her mark in the WNBA. And a lot of teams would love to have Kelsey Mitchell. Now, there was reports out there earlier that, Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark wasn't seeing eye to eye. They don't think that Kelsey Mitchell was the backcourt running mate with Caitlin Clark. She was selfish. Every time she got the ball, she wouldn't pass the ball back. But we've seen what Kelsey Mitchell brings to the table for the Indiana Fever. In late in games, when the game is close, Kelsey Mitchell always steps up and she hits the big shots. Now, the thing about Kelsey Mitchell, she know that once she gets a rebound and she gives it up, she gets to her spot, and she's set up to hit that wide open 3, and she's hit some big shots in a couple close games that the Indiana Fever have been in, and Kelsey Mitchell has closed them games out for the Indiana Fever. But the thing about it is, I think Kelsey Mitchell feels some type of way where she don't get the attention that she rightfully deserves. And now she has opened up about her upcoming free agency, and she spoke to a reporter. Now, I want y'all guys to listen to what Kelsey Mitchell said about her upcoming free agency. Then I want you to listen to the second part, because you know that Indiana is hosting the WNBA All-Star Weekend next year in 2025. And listen to what Kelsey Mitchell said about the up-and-coming All-Star game in 2025 in Indiana. So pay close attention. Take a listen.
Any idea with that?
No, I don't know anything. I haven't even, let the thought cross my mind. I'm just kind of standing it right now. But, those conversations are going to have to be had. And, I'm going to do what's best for me. It's always going to be a business. So I'm excited to, explore that idea. I've never been in free agency in my professional career, so I'm excited to see where it goes.
Any idea?
I guess I was excited. Obviously, I've been in Indy the last years of my life, but, I'm excited that Indy get a chance to host it. Shouts out to Indy for that. So I'm excited for them in the city.
Now, wow. Now, you heard what Kelsey Mitchell said. At first, what she said about her up-and-coming free agency, she said she's been in Indy, all her life, and, it's a business. We all know that the WNBA is a business. Now, like I said, Kelsey Mitchell, she's on her contract year, and that's why her play has been stellar here of late. Going into the Olympic break, she had some big games for the Indiana Fever where she has won some of them close games. Now, coming off the Olympic break, she started out with a bang last night against the Phoenix Mercury. She had 28 points. The thing about it is, what she said was, she's never been a free agent. She's going to test the waters, and she said this is business. She said she's going to do what's best for her. So basically, from what I get from that, I think she's basically gone. I think she is leaving the Indiana Fever. And then that second part, like I stated, Indiana is hosting the 2025 All-Star Weekend in Indiana. What did she say to that? She said that she's been in Indy all her days. At first, she was excited. Now she said that she's excited for them. See, that's the key word. She's excited for them. So that's basically saying she's happy for them, basically saying that she is not going to be in Indiana. Next year, Indiana is not going to be her home. So I think Kelsey Mitchell is leaving in free agency. I think she is leaving in free agency. I think what she has done thus far in the WNBA to get a new contract with a new team, and I think Kelsey Mitchell feels like that she wants to be on a contending team. She wants to be on a team that's already in contention instead of trying to build something, because Kelsey Mitchell been in the league. Next year will be 7 years, and we don't know how long she got left to play in the WNBA at a high level. But in this case, I just think she wants to go to a contending team where she can help out and get the credit that she's rightfully deserved. And I don't think in Indiana she's getting the credit that she rightfully deserved, because all the attention and all the eyes are on Caitlin Clark, which is, is understood. We know what Caitlin Clark brings to the table, but Kelsey Mitchell, she is a stellar guard. She can help out certain teams. There's a lot of teams that can use great guard play, such as Kelsey Mitchell. And like I've always stated, and I'm going to keep on saying this, and I'm going to stand on business, that in the WNBA, you need elite guard play if you're going to contend. You need elite guard play if you're going to contend in the WNBA. Now, you look at the top teams that are in contention. You look at the New York Liberty with Brianna Stewart and Sabrina Escanu. Look what they're doing. Stellar guard play. You see what they're doing out in Las Vegas. You see what Kelsey Plum is doing. Stellar guard play. Then you sprinkle that in with an excellent big in Asia Wilson. And we talked about this last night on the live show. Last night, what we saw from the Indiana Fever in that backcourt with Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, it was stellar guard play. 29 and 28 points respectively from your guards, 57 total points. And then you sprinkle in what Aaliyah Boston and Alyssa Smith did last night. That equals up to winning basketball. Elite guard play with the fact that you have an exceptional person down in the trenches doing the dirty work. And we talked about that last night. But Kelsey Mitchell, I think she's chunking up the deuces. I think she won't be in Indiana next year. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with the organization where they're not even trying to, restructure a contract, sign her to a long-term deal. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's some, rift between her and Caitlin Clark. Hope not, because Indiana got off to a great start last night when they defeated the Phoenix Mercury. And whatever we saw last night, if it's a small sample size of what Indiana Fever can bring to the table for the rest of the year, then they're going to be a tough out in the playoffs. And ain't nobody going to want to see the Indiana Fever in the first round. So, guys, let me know what y'all think about the Kelsey Mitchell situation. Do you think that she is going to bolt in free agency, or is she going to stick around and be that backcourt running mate with Caitlin Clark? Me personally, I don't think so. From the words that she said, and we heard it from the horse's mouth, from what she told the reporter and the way she spoke and the way she said it, I think she's going. And she's saying kudos to the city of Indiana, for the All-Star, weekend coming up in 2025. She's excited for them. So, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments section. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.